Have you ever noticed how the most successful people seem to have this invisible power around them? This energy that pulls good things, people, and chances into their life? What if I told you that you might be throwing away this same energy every single day without even knowing it? There's an old secret that wise men and fighters have known for thousands of years. Something so strong it can change your brain, make you more confident, and give you focus like never before. But today's world tells us to do the exact opposite. Today, we're going to talk about why taking control of your private habits might be the missing piece to everything you want in life. Look, I'm not here to preach to you about right and wrong. I'm here to share something that completely changed my life and the lives of thousands of men around the world. We're talking about the habit of masturbation. And before you click away, hear me out. This isn't about shame or guilt. This is about understanding what this habit is really doing to your mind, your body, and your future. Because what nobody talks about is how this simple act affects everything: your energy, your confidence, your ability to connect with people, and even your drive to chase your dreams. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly energized? When did you last wake up excited about your day? When did you feel that natural confidence around people without having to fake it? Here's what's happening. Every time you give into this urge, you're not just releasing physical tension. You're releasing the very energy that could fuel your success. You're training your brain to choose instant pleasure over long-term power. Ancient cultures understood this. They knew that sexual energy wasn't just about sex, it was life energy. The same force that creates life can create success, confidence, and inner strength when you learn to use it right. In today's world, we're surrounded by temptation. Images everywhere, instant access to anything we want. But what if the secret to standing out isn't getting more, but giving up this one thing? Let's dive into what really happens when you break free. Let me paint you a picture. Every time you masturbate, especially to porn, your brain gets flooded with dopamine. That's the feel-good chemical that's supposed to reward you for important things like eating, exercising, or achieving goals. But here's the problem. Your brain can't tell the difference between real achievement and fake pleasure. So it thinks you just did something amazing. It thinks you just won the lottery of life. And then what happens? Everything else becomes boring. Your job feels dull. Talking to friends feels pointless. Even things you used to love, sports, music, hobbies, they all feel flat. Why? Because your brain is saying, why should I get excited about this small stuff when I can get that huge hit whenever I want? It's like eating candy for breakfast every day and then wondering why real food tastes boring. You've broken your brain's reward system. Scientists call this dopamine desensitization, but I call it pleasure bankruptcy. You're spending tomorrow's happiness today. Now let's talk about what happens to your body. When you ejaculate, you're not just releasing fluid. You're releasing nutrients that took your body energy to make. Think about it. That fluid contains proteins, vitamins, zinc, and other stuff your body needs. Your body worked hard to create that, and now it has to work hard to replace it. But it's not just about the physical stuff. It's about the energy. Have you ever noticed how tired you feel after? How you just want to lie there and do nothing? That's not just physical tiredness. That's your life force being drained. Ancient Chinese medicine talks about something called Jing, your essential energy. They believed that sexual energy was the most powerful energy in your body. When you waste it, you're literally wasting your power. I'm not asking you to believe in ancient Chinese medicine. I'm asking you to pay attention to how you feel. Notice the difference between days when you give in versus days when you don't. Here's something nobody talks about: how this habit destroys your confidence with people, especially women. When you're constantly getting your sexual needs met artificially, you lose your natural drive to connect with real people. You become comfortable being alone. You stop pushing yourself to be social, to be interesting, to be attractive. It's like having a fake job that pays fake money. You feel like you're working, but you're not actually building anything real. Real confidence comes from real challenges, from putting yourself out there, from risking rejection and pushing through it.
But when you can get instant satisfaction at home, why would you bother? Plus, there's something else. When you retain your sexual energy instead of wasting it, people notice. There's a natural magnetism that comes from having that energy inside you instead of constantly draining it. Call it confidence, call it charisma, call it whatever you want. But people who have control over their sexual energy carry themselves differently. They speak with more power. They make better eye contact. They're more present in conversations. Let's get real about motivation. What drives you to work hard? What makes you want to build something, create something, achieve something? A lot of it comes from sexual energy. Not sex itself, but that creative, driving force that comes from having desires and channeling them into action. When you're constantly releasing that energy, you're constantly releasing your drive. You become satisfied with less. You stop pushing yourself because you don't feel that natural hunger anymore. Think about the most motivated people you know. They have this restless energy, this need to create and build and achieve. That's sexual energy being channeled into productive action. But when you're draining that energy multiple times a week, you're literally draining your motivation. You're choosing to be satisfied with fake achievement instead of real achievement. So what happens when you stop, when you actually commit to breaking this habit? First, your energy comes back. Not immediately, it takes time, but gradually you start waking up with more energy. You start feeling more alive during the day. Tasks that felt impossible suddenly feel manageable. Second, your confidence returns. You start looking people in the eye again. You start speaking up in conversations. You start taking risks because you're not hiding from life anymore. Third, your motivation explodes. Suddenly, you care about things again. You want to improve yourself. You want to build something. You want to chase your dreams because you have the energy to believe they're possible. And fourth, your relationships improve. You become more present with people. You're not constantly thinking about the next time you can be alone. You're actually there, in the moment, connecting with real humans. And finally, you develop real self-control. When you can control your strongest urge, you can control anything. Every other challenge in life becomes easier because you've already proven to yourself that you can say no to what you want most. But here's the thing, it's not easy. This might be the hardest thing you ever do. Your brain will fight you. It will give you every excuse in the book. It will tell you that you need this, that you deserve this, that it's natural and healthy. Your brain is lying to you. It's trying to keep you weak because weak is comfortable. Strong requires change, and change is scary. But on the other side of that fear is the person you're meant to be, the person with energy, confidence, and control, the person who doesn't need fake pleasure because they're too busy creating real success.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. This journey isn't easy. You're going to face urges that feel impossible to resist. You're going to have days where you feel like giving up. But remember this, every time you choose to resist, you're choosing your future self over your current comfort. You're choosing real power over fake pleasure. The question isn't whether you can do this. The question is, what kind of person do you want to be? Someone who controls their urges or someone controlled by them? Your energy, your confidence, your entire future is waiting on the other side of this decision. The choice is yours. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button to help other men find this message. In the comments, let me know. What's your biggest struggle with breaking this habit? Don't be ashamed. We're all fighting the same battle, and sharing your story might help someone else. And if you're ready to take control of your life, subscribe for more content on building real strength and confidence. Remember, you have the power to change. You just need to use it.